What's up, Mud Love people? Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully having a great day. So, so practicing some of my Tagalog skills. So not too good, but hey, so today we're going to talk a little bit about weight loss. We're actually just going to spend some time in the kitchen, and we're going to throw together a real quick recipe to cook. And hopefully then we're going to do some cotton tayo. So we're going to cotton tayo. So we're going to eat, right? So so that's kind of the plan for today. Kind of chat a little bit and see how that goes as well. This is not a recipe that's really hard. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I'm not really sure, but I've never made this before. So this is going to be a first. So what we're going to do today is we're actually going to make a keto pizza, but we're going to make it a little different. I'm a big fan of the chicken crusted pizza. Jason's in the house. Hey, Jason, how are you? So, you're in here. Tell me, say hi and tell me where you are. Is that a nice day where you're at or not? Today it's a cool day here still. We're 60 degrees today, so a little warmer than normal. A little warmer than it has been, right? But not very warm compared to where it should be. Now, supposedly next weekend is going to be 70 degrees, so we're back closer to normal. So that's good. We may get rain on Monday. I don't know. So let me know what it's like where you are. Hopefully there's a lot of storms that are going through the Midwest and through the Southeast, so hopefully you're not being affected by any of those as well. So, but today we're going to make like I said, we're going to make a pizza. Hey, Amanda, how are you? Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Nice. Is it nice? It must be nice and warm there. I bet you it's 80 degrees plus there right now, right? So, yeah. So we're going to make some pizza today. So that's the intent anyway. I've never made this pizza before. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the chicken crusted pizza, and I would say 95% of the time we make that. Every once in a while, we'll make the fathead dough pizza, and occasionally we'll make some other kind of variation of it. And all right, 83 today, nice, awesome, that's really nice. So, but that's the intent today, is to make that pizza. So this is going to be like the protein sparing modifying bread, or the egg white protein powder bread, or whatever you want to call it. So we're going to use the Keto Chow egg white powder. And we're going to do that. And I know that what I have is not going to be enough or I'm going to have a ton left over. So we'll probably just make some rolls or something, pop them in the oven with the remaining leftover batter. And again, don't do this very often, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to go. Got my bowl for mixing over here, the mixer in the back over here. So hopefully when it's back here, it doesn't make too much noise. We're actually going to use a little toaster oven that I got over here. This is a Comfee 10-in-1 toaster oven. So we're going to try that. And also, it toasts, it air fries, it does a sear crisp, it has a pizza mode, and all that good stuff. So, so we're going to do that. And we're going to make the crust for it. And then from there, we'll kind of go from there. We have some sauce that we put on it. Generally, I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time, I don't put sauce on my pizza. We've kind of found that you put the cheese on it and the meats on it, and I didn't pull the cheese and the meats out like I should have. I was worried about the bread, and I didn't think about the topping, so I may have to go in the refrigerator and pull it out. I know we got some pepperoni in there, and I know we got cheese in there. I know there's some sauce in there, too, because we had some spaghetti the other day. So, what brand is the oven? It's called Comfee, Cofee. So that's what it is. I did a review on it. It was actually a product that somebody had sent me to try out, to be honest with you, and we tried it out. It actually has worked out pretty well for us so far. We had an older toaster oven that just did toasting, and this one actually does a bunch of other stuff too as well. So I thought it was kind of cool. So we're going to play around with it, use it for a while. And like I said, we've been doing some air frying in it, and we've been doing some baking in it, and some other stuff in it. So we do have a couple of steaks that I want to try to cook in it as well. So it's kind of cool. But we're gonna do that. So and then we'll talk a little bit about while we're cooking hopefully this is kind of like sitting around the table and having a little kitchen chat with friends and family, right? So that's what we're going to try anyway. I'll see how it goes. I may miss a lot of comments. Hopefully I don't miss too many comments. And then we'll kind of see how it turns out, right? See how long it takes and see where we end up. But anyway, so I'm going to start off by just mixing together, again, like I said, this is just my mixing bowl. All I'm putting in, this is a half a cup, and I didn't measure everything out. So this is a half a cup of the egg white powder that I'm using right here. So the first thing I'm going to put in here, I'm going to put in just a tad bit of salt in here. This is the pink Himalayan salt from Costco. I know everybody uses red mint salt, but I'm not using red mint salt. So I'm using what I had, and I got a ton of this. You know, when you buy it from Costco, it comes in that big container. It'll take me 2 years to use that thing up. So, but all right. So after that, I do put in a little bit of a nutritional yeast. This is 2 teaspoons. I don't put much in there. I just put a little bit in for the taste. I know a lot of other folks will put in there 2 tablespoons or more of it. I only put a little bit. I do like the taste of it. So I put a little bit of that in there. So, you know, if you have any questions or you hear me miss anything, you have any suggestions or ideas, let me know. Hey, Shelly's here. Hey, Shelly, how are you? Hi from Canada. So hopefully spring has sprung in Canada. Has it? I know Jason was up here a minute ago. He's up in the Ontario area. Hey, hi, Leah. How are you? How are you doing? Saying hi to Jason. So we're making some bread, or well, we're going to actually make pizza. We're actually going to make some pizza dough. And I actually saw Shelly and Heath from Hungry Heath do something similar to this. I think it was not this Friday, but the Friday prior to. They did something like this, and actually Keto Mama Michelle did something very similar to this too as well. Right. Hey, Ron's here. Hey, Ron. Hopefully you're having a good day up in Massachusetts. Hopefully everything is going good. Yeah, pizza dough. So that's what we're going to make. So hi, Leah's right. So if you haven't gone over, you guys check out each other's channels as well. There's really some great channels that are on here. Hylia's, Ron's, Jason's. So some really great channels on here. And I know I'm missing some other folks on here. But so, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So I put some of that nutritional yeast in here. So next I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to put a little bit of xanthan gum in here. This is 1 teaspoon of xanthan gum. And you have to, I always say teaspoon, and sometimes I say tablespoon, and I mean teaspoon. I don't know why. I mix them up all the time. I'm going to put in, this is 2 teaspoons of cream of tartar I'm going to put in here. Again, this is just the way I make it. So there's a tons of different ways of making it. So, no. We have been playing around, and my wife just asked me, because we are kind of playing around with a different recipe for our bread. I'm not going to use that recipe right now. I am going to make another video on that because we've kind of changed the way we make the bread and the recipe. I do have a website, if you haven't, at allensawesomeKetoWorld.com. Go over there, and that's where you find all the recipes, or a lot of the recipes I do. I'm going to be honest with you. I've been so busy lately that it's been really hard to keep up with it and to get everything on the website and all that stuff. It's just very demanding and trying to, you know, my wife's been really kind about it, and it does take a lot of time up. So, all right. So this is a teaspoon of xanthan gum, and that's all that's going to go in this part of it. And then we're going to mix it all up. And of course, what I didn't do is this. So this is the way I do it. I know some people add all this stuff after. And just because it's kind of a month where I don't know about everybody else, but I know a lot of people are doing the BB&E thing, and really trying to do, I think, like Hope over on Mission Keto is trying to do a no cheese thing. So I've been kind of trying to do that as well, trying to cut back on some of the dairy and stuff like that. So this was kind of, instead of making something that I'm going to eat like brownies or muffins or something like that, trying to eat something a little bit better. This is just egg whites, basically egg whites, right? And then I'm going to take this and I'm not going to do that. Oh, there it is over here. I moved it over here so I wouldn't forget it, and then I messed it all up and forgot. So I'm going to just put this egg white in the, here, I'm going to actually put one egg, and this is 3 eggs, and I separated the 3 eggs because we're going to use the egg yolk here a little bit later. I know some people don't like to use the egg yolks. I like to put them in later because I like the taste of them. And I know it adds a few carbs to the bread, but you know, you take the bread and you divide it by X number of slices and all that stuff. It doesn't work out to be too many total carbs. So, but I am going to make this 1 cup. So I'm going to fill this up. This is just the cage-free egg white from Costco. So we're going to put that in there. Set that aside. And that's really all the mixins that's going in here in this. And then we're going to run the mixer here. Now I got a really cheap, I got to tell you, I went out and I bought a $99, and actually I think it was on sale, so I think I got for like $79 on Black Friday. And that was 2 years ago because we were making the bread all the time, the egg white protein bread all the time. We make it almost on a weekly basis. And because we were making it all the time, and it's really hard to make it with a hand mixer. So let's see who else in the house here. So Amanda's saying hi to Jason, and hi Leah. Let's see. Ron saying hi. Let's see. Jason. Bubbles is in the house. Oh, so I'll just keep saying it. So this is going to be a pizza, right? So this is going to be the pizza dough. This is a protein pizza dough. It's an egg white pizza dough. So it's not, there's no wheat, gluten, or anything else in it. It's basically egg white powder, egg whites, and then we're going to put in later. We're going to put a couple of egg yolks in it, and then it's just got some. It's got a little bit of allulose in it. I didn't say that. I put a little bit of allulose. I put about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons of allulose in there. And I mean teaspoons. I don't put much allulose in there because, you know, it browns okay. And I find when I put in the 2 tablespoons, like Marie Emmerich, this is really her recipe. So she's the king of it. Or the queen of it, I should say. So you want to go over and check out a great recipe, go over and check hers out. And thank you, Jason. Yeah, everybody, if you get a chance to give it a thumbs up. So, so she puts in 2 tablespoons of allulose. I find it browns, to me anyway, I think it browns too much. So I only put in a little bit. I put in about 1.5 teaspoons, or maybe even 2 teaspoons. So just a little tiny bit. What does xanthan gum do in the dough? Sorry if you said it. So the xanthan gum helps when you're mixing it all up. It kind of helps pull it together, and when we're going to whip this to stiff peaks, and it kind of helps it hold those stiff peaks. So it really is a thickening agent, so it actually gets nice and thick. Now I know, again, I mix it together like this. I know a lot of people whip the egg whites first, but I like doing it this way, putting everything in there. And then I whip it together. So everything's in there. It looks like it doesn't look good. I'll tell you that, but it will in a minute. Now, hopefully that's not too loud. So I'm gonna let that run. About 3 to 5 minutes it takes. It doesn't take that long to run that. I'm going to turn on my little oven here. Turn it on. It's set. Now I set the temperature for 330 degrees. that's what we're gonna bake it to, and then from there we'll see how it comes out, right? So, like I said, I've never made this before, so it's going to be kind of interesting. Sorry about the noise. I wasn't sure how else to do it, but it is what it is. And let's see. So I did want to talk a little bit about, we are doing, hopefully today, talk a little bit about my weight as well. And I don't have my chart. I do have it here. And I did tick up 0.2 of a pound this week. I know that's terrible, right? That noises. So it's really hard to talk over, but sorry. I guess it wasn't very good planning on my part, right? But anyway, so I did tick up a little bit this week. So I did think about, so I'm going to continue to, if you saw Friday's video, or when you see Friday's video, because Friday's video I did yesterday will actually come out next Sunday, right? So I'm going to actually watch my macros a little bit better. I started doing that today. Actually, I started doing that yesterday. No snacking during the week at all. I know I snacked a little bit last week, so I'm going to do that, cut it out, totally out. I'm also going to work on cutting out some of my dairy. And I know, like I said, Hope from Mission Keto is doing that as well. So she's cutting out her dairy. I'm not going to cut it out totally. I'm just going to try to cut it way back. I eat a lot of cheese, so I'm going to try just to cut it back a little bit. Try to cut my cheese use in half or better, something like that. And so this is pretty close to being done. Pretty close. Maybe just a little hair more, but we're pretty close. So, all right, my little oven is heated up. I'm going to get rid of this too so you can see it. So you see the little oven over here all heated up, ready to go. And then I have my pan here. This is the pan I'm going to use. These are not going to go in with it. I'm going to take these off once I get the crust in here. I'm going to get my mouse out of the way here. And all right, so now I'm going to take my eggs and let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, Jason's saying he should cut back. So I'm going to put these in here, but I'm going to put them in here one at a time. I'm not really worried about the bread falling at this point in time because the fact I want it to lay flat and be as thin as it possibly can. It's pizza dough, so you don't want it, to me anyway, I don't want it very thick. All right, that's all there is to it. Throw that in the sink. All right, so we're going to scoop some of this out. I got to look where my utensils are, where I put them, right? So we're going to scoop some of this out. So this is what it ends up looking like. So we're going to pull some of that out. We're going to kind of spread it around. We'll see how much it sticks and how much it doesn't stick. So again, it's something I've never done before. I make the bread all the time, but never used it as a crust. I don't want it to get too thick. I don't want it to get too thin either. So, so this is going to be a little bit of a guesswork as we go along here. I'm not so worried about it rising or any of that stuff. Like I say, if I have any left over, I probably will make some rolls with it. I don't want to just throw it away. I should probably have tried to make this before we did the video, right? So, Amanda's saying, anyone a fan of shrimp? Thinking about Spanish shrimp casserole next week. I'm a big fan of shrimp. So if you and Heath want to make it next week, I would watch that. So I'm a big fan of that as well. So we make shrimp scampi, and we've done, I don't know, shrimp. Done a couple of things. Stir fry with shrimp, and all right, that's all there is to it. I am going to take these tabs off of here. Ron, I love shrimp. That sounds awesome. So I made pastrami chocolate. What? Buttered shrimp. Yeah, we made some buttered shrimp the other day. So, all right, I'm going to throw this in here. I'm going to throw it in here for about 10 minutes in this little microwave. Now, I will tell you that this has got supposedly has what they call flashware technology or whatever in it. So therefore, it supposedly cooks faster than it does in a regular oven or air fryer. We'll see. We're going to find out, though. We're off here. There we go. All right. So it has a timer on it and runs. Now I have a bunch of this stuff left over. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my regular oven on. And I'm actually going to go. I want to use this, but I'm going to tell you what. If I use this, let me grab a piece of paper towel because I'm going to coat it with some coconut oil. I'm going to make some muffins out of it. I mean, some buns out of it, just because of the fact that I'm trying to figure out a way to get so this doesn't stick. We used olive oil and some other things on it. It doesn't seem to. It still sticks to it. This, I guess it's egg whites, right? So. So I'm way behind in the comments here. Let's see. Go through them. If you don't mind mewing. Yeah, Ron's got a new cat, so. All right, so I'm going to take these. And I'm going to put them on a silicone mat here. Oh, a little clip came off of this. You don't want to find that in your muffin. I mean, in your bun, do you? But just something to do with the extras. I suppose there's actually probably enough here. I could have probably made a loaf of bread with it. Throw it in the oven, but. Come on. See, that coconut oil didn't help a whole lot, so. You guys got any suggestions or anything else? Let me know down below. It's not coming out. All right, I'm just going to get a bigger spoon and use that and see how that comes out. We're going to try to make them look like buns. How's that? So how's everybody else's weight loss journey going? How are you doing these days? Is everybody, I know a lot of people were doing Carnivore Quest, and there's a bunch of them that were doing the BB&E this week. Was it Emily and James over Ready Set Keto? There was a ton of people that are doing them. So anybody here doing BB&E this month, doing that challenge? All right, I'm going to slide this up. Need to scrape this down. Now the muffin, the muffin. I don't know why I keep calling them muffins. They're not muffins. They really take about 15 minutes in the oven. I bake them at 335. I know a lot of people bake them a little lower than that. I'll wait for that oven to come up. So that's all there is to that. Put that in the sink. So that's almost the temperature. Once that's up, check and see how that's doing. Oh, that's almost cooked. It's almost cooked, and it's only been about 5 minutes. So that may be done a lot faster than anticipated, which is good, right? Let me clean up my mess here a little bit. Get a drink of water. And then we'll see where we are with the comments. So, Phili is saying, Alan, take the chat off. Can't see what you're doing. Oh, okay. You're right. So, sorry about that. That's what happens when you don't do these things very often. Trying to get everybody on there. You know, Matt over at Matt's. I'm trying to think what Matt's. He actually has it so it's scrolling up on the side of it, and it's actually see-through, so you can see behind you and everything else. So, all right, so those are the buns. I'm gonna throw them in there. I'm gonna let those go. I'm gonna grab a paper towel. Hold on. All right, so everything's in there cooking. I need a glove. This is almost done, I would say. So I'm going to take a cutting board out. So that's what it looks like. I actually want to see what it's peeled away from the sides. I'm actually going to throw it back in for another couple of minutes just because I want it to brown up a little bit. I want it to be, somewhat of a crispier crust than that. So I got a couple more minutes on the timer. And again, this is a small pizza. There's only 2 of us, so that's probably good enough for the 2 of us. Trying not to eat too much, right? And this is usually when you don't see in the videos is when you're cleaning all the stuff up and right. Let's see. While everything's in the oven while we're cooking, I'll make sure that when I'm doing stuff, I will take the chat off. Sorry about that. Use mozzarella and cheddar. Yeah, I will. I'm going to go pull that stuff out of their freezer in a minute. Ron's saying he made some strawberry ice cream, used condensed milk. I'll post that tomorrow. So, Ron, did you make the condensed milk or did you use condensed milk from the store? Because condensed milk has a lot of sugar in it. And I know we've been talking about making some leche flan, but it uses condensed milk and it has a lot of sugar. So, Hialeah says she's not doing BB&E. Jason's going, personally, I don't like challenges, so I just stick to, and I kind of do that. I guess I'm the same way because I don't want to be like everybody else. And I think sometimes if you're doing a challenge and it's not a way of life, it doesn't really teach your body the right diet and what the right eating is. Because when you go off the challenge, you kind of gain the weight back, right? And that's what I'm afraid of or concerned with when I do the challenges. I have done challenges in the past, and again, for me, just trying to cut back on my dairy a little bit. I make some minor tweaks and changes because I'm trying to make it a lifestyle so that when I want, I can drop a couple of pounds, and when I gain a couple of pounds, I can drop a couple of pounds by making some minor tweaks and stuff. So, yeah, he's been staying at the 212, 215 mark. But he's thinking about doing an egg fast tomorrow. Shelly's doing some intermittent fasting. So what kind of intermittent fasting are you doing? Are you doing like the 16, whatever it is, the 18, yeah, it's the 18-6, or are you doing 24-hour fasting a couple times a week? Or so when you say intermittent fasting, all right, so 18-6. I got it. She's asking the same question. You probably answered it too. Oh, wow, 24. Wow, 20 hours of fasting in 4 hours. So your eating window is very short. All right, hold on. I'm going to pull this out again. So I'm going to get rid of this. This is pretty much done. All right, that didn't come out too bad. That's what it looks like. That actually didn't come out too bad. Now it's going to be I would say it's going to be a very different type of, so anybody that just joined or hasn't been watching, what we're doing is we're making a pizza out of the protein sparing modifying or the egg, the egg white protein powder. So that's what we're doing. This is the crust. It's out of that. Let's see how turn the light on. And the biscuits, yeah. The buns are doing really good, so they look like they're cooking away. So here again, I'm going to grab the cheese. Let me grab some cheese. We can run through here. Let's see. I'm way behind here. So I do all of the time for crafting, and then I'll be chatting. We can't see what you're doing. All right, I got it. So when I'm gonna do something, I really appreciate it because that's I need feedback, right? So, and that's I can't get better if I don't know what I don't know, right? So, hey Richard, how are you? Hopefully everything is good. All right, so that's done. Turn it off, and then it just runs for a few minutes until it cools down. Let's see. Oh, I guess I should. So Shelly, are you going to be doing that for the entire month, or is that something you plan on doing long term? Bubbles says he loves cheeses as well. He's always having it, but lately love Swiss and egg on burgers. I love Swiss and egg on burgers as well. Only mozzarella on the pizza, and I'm good. I put cheddar. I do put cheddar and mozzarella on it, and like I said, I'll go get that in a second. I bought it sugar free. Huh? Really? I'll have to look because I don't think I've ever seen it in the store free. I'll have to go look because that's pretty cool. And then my wife makes a dynamite leche flan, so it's really, really good. The only thing is it's got a lot of sugar in it. So. But she has actually done it one time, and we used xanthan gum, I think. Not xanthan gum. We used erythritol in it. And erythritol does not, because they usually use a sugar in it, and the sugar browns, and that does not. So erythritol does not brown. So it would be cool to try it with allulose, because allulose does brown. So that would be really cool to try. All right, let me get the cheeses out here. We'll pop the cheeses on. Do you want me to put pepperoni on it? So pepperoni as well. Asawako said put pepperoni on it. So you want sauce on it? Put a little bit of that sauce in. All right. So hold on a second. I gotta get something else out of here. All right. Huh? All right. So I'm getting recommendations from the person that's going to be eating the pizza, which is pretty important, right? If you're going to be eating it, you should have say in what's in it, so and how it's done. So we actually, community challenges are good. Oh, so speaking of community challenges, so community challenges are good. Help people stick to something for a while so they can. So speaking of challenges, because I do challenges, stepping challenges, and I know like there's a bunch of us. There's a bunch of us that do step challenges. Of course, Derek Journey, everybody participates in Derek's journey. But I have a bunch of people that do it on my Fitbit watch. We do step challenges. I know, like your pal Misty does it with me. Gavin from Gavin's. I'm trying to think. Gavin that's got a fitness channel. Smitty's Fitness. Boy, he's been doing it forever, and he's been a friend around forever. So, we all do this fitness challenge together. And I don't know whether you know it or not, but Fitbit has been bought out by Google. And Google has decided to do away with the step challenges on Fitbit. So as of this week, this was our last step challenge that we were in it. So there's a bunch of us going over to what they call, and it was actually initiated, right? The I first heard it from Lynette, had sent a note to me from, Lynette from Keto Chow sent a note to me asking me, hey, you want to be part of the, I think she posted it on her Facebook page or something like that. So she didn't send a note to me, but and she said that they were ending it. So we kind of decided that we were going to look for some alternative, and lo and behold, she had put that Stride Kick out. So there's an app you can download. It's called Stride Kick, and you can go on there and download the app. And if you want, you can add me as a friend, because I would love to have you. We've already set up a challenge for April. And I think there's like Cheryl Davis is on it from, if you hear from another YouTuber, your pal Misty's on it. I know I'm doing it. I'm trying to think. There's like 5 or 6 of us. There's Adventures with Deanna's on it, I believe. I'm trying to think what else. There's a bunch of them that are on it. So it's kind of a cool way to do it, and it's kind of sidestepping because Google has eliminated that possibility of doing it. So therefore, looking to see how the buttons are coming. So it's a really cool way of doing it. So if you're really interested, go down there, download on your phone or on your computer. I guess it'd be your phone, right? It will sync with your Fitbit, so it will take all of the information off your Fitbit. I believe it will do it also with Google if you have a Google Watch and some of the other watches. I'm not sure about Apple. Apple's kind of unique, but it may. So it's a good way of also getting people that don't have a Fitbit doing it. So if you're interested in doing that, come on over and do that. So, all right. So before I go through and see any more comments and I pull anything up because I don't want to take any away, I'm going to put a little bit of cheese on the top of this first. So that's the first thing we're going to do. And that's just the way we do it. I know people usually put sauce on it first. I'm going to put cheese on it first. And I'm going to put a little bit of, this is mozzarella cheese. I'm lazy, so I don't shred my own cheese. I'm being honest, so, right? So this does have some carbs in it. And I know I just talked about I'm going to cut cheese back this month, and now I'm sitting here making a pizza with cheese on it, right? Maybe I'll just freeze this after I take a bite of it. All right, so I'm going to put that on here. I'm going to set this off to the side because I want to make sure you can see it. Then I'm going to sprinkle some of this. This is the cheddar cheese. I actually like the combination of the two. I won't put that much of this on there. I think I prefer cheddar cheese over mozzarella cheese as far as flavor. If I was just eating the cheese by itself, I would prefer the cheddar cheese over it. And then we actually made some sauce. My wife actually likes to make it. So what she does is she takes the rouse. Is it rouse or rose? Rouse. Actually. And hold on a second. There. So, and she takes that, and then she'll take she took some of the sausages that we buy, cuts them all up into pieces, and then she puts that in here, and then a few other things as well. Oh, she actually used some corned beef in this one, so this actually has a little bit of corned beef in it. We're actually going to put this around a little bit. It's kind of thick. I thought about maybe putting it in the microwave for a minute just to get it. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll put it in the microwave just for a second or two. Just to that will just get it a little more. So it's because it's pretty. It's been in the refrigerator for a couple of days. I had spaghetti the other day, so that's what it was from. We actually had spaghetti the other day. Let's see. We'll go through here. We talked about the community challenges. So that's where I talked about the step challenge. I know you guys are way ahead of me. Looks like a good visual for delivery of toppings. Yeah, that's what it is. And again, I know the bread, and I would have to do the macros on this, but I know a slice of the bread works out to be like a half of a total carb. And actually, I like the bread. I would say that we eat it. Like I said, we make a loaf of it every week. And you can't beat it. I mean, if you buy a store-bought bread, you're talking 10 or 15 carbs in it, and it has wheat gluten and a bunch of other stuff in it that I would prefer to stay away. So Richard, where are you from in Canada? The place where I bought it, the condensed milk. Oh, Amazon. Huh. So Ron bought that on Amazon. So we'll have to look. So, because I would love to get some and try it because I got a couple of recipes. Now I did see, what was it, Victoria's Kitchen or whatever. She actually made a condensed milk as well. She made a homemade one. All right, so those buns are done, but they're, I'm going to throw this back in for another minute. It's softer now, but. Let's see. So all I did when the buns were done, so when you're cooking a protein sparing modifying bread, you have to turn the oven off, and then you have to let it sit for about 10 minutes before you open it. Otherwise they fall. So these are, I'm going to let them sit in there for another 10 minutes. The oven is turned off, so that's done. And then I want this soft enough that I want to really put a thin layer on this. There's a lot of carbs in the sauce, so I'd like to take it easy with the sauce. Like I said, a lot of times we don't even use it, but because I think this is thicker, I think we're going to put a little on it just to see how it goes. Listening to this while playing TV bingo, and now I'm getting hungry. I'm glad that it's making you hungry, that you're that stinks on Fitbit channel. Yeah, it really does. So, and I think it kind of surprised everybody. That was one of the reasons I bought the Fitbit, was to do those challenges. So if I had to go buy another watch, I don't know whether I'd buy another Fitbit now. I'd probably buy something different now. All right, so this is good. So this makes it a little more spreadable, except for the one that I put on there that was not. Again, I'm just going to put enough on there just to give it a little bit of a taste. This does have some meat in it. Like I said, it has that corned beef in it. We have done, it's interesting because we played around with the chicken crusted. We made corned beef crust. I'm trying to think what else. We made a bunch of different things instead of just making the chicken one. So we've used all kinds of other meat products. All right, so that's good enough. That's all I'm going to put on there, just a little bit. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm actually going to put a little more cheese on there, right? Then we're going to put some pepperoni on there. And then I'm going to turn that oven back on. And I'm sure once this cheese starts to melt and the sauce gets a little bit warm, so what are you guys doing for dinner? Or what did you do for dinner tonight? So next week on the channel, it's actually I think it's going to be a cool week. So Scott from Platte River is coming back on. Misty's coming back on from Your Pal Misty. Let's see, Keto Mama Michelle's coming on. So there's going to be 4 of us on the live next week. We're going to just have a little chat about weight loss and doing. Scott's lost 180 pounds. Misty's down like 160 pounds. If you haven't seen Misty, Misty's been killing it lately. She's almost down to 150 pounds and from over 300 pounds. So she's, like I said, I think she's at 160 or something like that now. I don't want to put them back in the bag. I touched them, right? Oh, I'm sorry, I did that again. Sorry about that. She had bacon and ground beef. Boy, did we get a great deal on ground beef last week. We got a deal last week on ground beef. They had it at our local Vaughn's, which is part of Albertson's chain. they had it for $1.83 a pound. It was 80/20 ground beef. You could only get 10 pounds. So that's what we picked up, 10 pounds of ground beef. It was a great deal. As far as I'm concerned, it was a great deal. So Vivian's here. Hey, Vivian, how are you? Vivian designs channels here. So do you design YouTube channels or do you design other things? And then Vivian, what's cooking? So Vivian, so what this is it's a pizza. So this is a keto pizza. The crust is made out of egg white, protein powder, and just regular egg whites, and then put a little bit of, bake that, made the crust, we made the cheese, and now we're going to throw this back in. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to turn this back on. I'm debating whether, so this has a pizza function in it, and I'm afraid a pizza function may not work too well with the parchment paper, because parchment paper is good for 450 or so degrees, and once it gets above that, not so good. So I think I'm just going to put this on a pan like this. This has a pizza function on it, and it tells you whether you want to. It's a 6-inch pizza, I think a 9-inch pizza or a 12-inch pizza. So we're going to turn this to. So we're going to turn this to function. Temperature 410. We're going to make this a 12-inch pizza up here, and then we're going to hit the on button. I guess it only heats it up to 410 degrees. So I know they usually tell you longer than that. So I do have some. If you haven't watched, I have some buns in there. So these are the protein stirring modifying buns. Bunch this up, get rid of it. Again, they're about a half a total carb a piece. So if you're in a low carb world and you're eating, pretty good, pretty interesting. So, all right. So I'm going to throw these in here. Hold on. I'm going to get rid of this so you can see the oven. All right, so we're going to let that go, and we're going to see how it comes out. Let's see how that goes. We'll keep an eye on it, keep turning around and looking at it. But, yeah, so it's a pretty cool little oven. Like I say, it's a little Comfee 10-in-1, so it air fries, makes pizza, toast, bagels, reheats. It actually has a shear crisp function, so you can cook a steak in it, and it will sear the outside of the steak and then slowly cook the inside. Which I'm kind of looking forward. We have, like I said, we have a couple of ribeyes in our freezer that I'm looking forward to trying it. The air fryer is really nice. It actually comes with an air fryer basket that you put anything in it, and it comes also with a shelf. So we actually made some brownies and stuff in it too, some keto brownies. All right, so let's go through here and see if I can get caught up a little bit. So we're cooking pizza, saying hi, saying yum, saying hi. So that's where we're at. So, all right. So the buns are done. I'm going to turn that off. We're going to pop these out. That's what they look like. Those are my keto dinner rolls. So I'm going to let these sit for a while. And I may put it back in the oven. They don't, I guess they're done. No, they look like they're done. So really, really nice. And I know I also have I've also then made these in Hawaiian rolls so that they taste like Hawaiian rolls. Again, you got to put some other stuff in them to do that. So it does increase the carb count on them. But right now, I would say each one of these is probably, I don't know, a quarter of a carb or something like that. So like I say, if if a slice of bread is a half a carb, half a total carb, not half a net carb, total carb, then I'm sure the whole thing of it is better. So how are we doing? You like what you're seeing? You like so far? I know it's kind of weird cooking this. I kind of feel kind of weird. Usually, because when I cook one thing, I like to clean up after before I start the next thing. And it's kind of like everything's all sitting here in front of me. And it's kind of, my nature is to pick it up and put it in the sink at least. And so it's out of the way. And anyway, I am going to put the cheese over here off to the side and get that out of the way. We'll put the, before I eat any more of it, I'm going to put the pepperoni over there. I am going to also talk about, so every month we're going to have a, I'm going to do a little drawing for members just because they contribute to the channel and I want to make sure that we're contributing back to them. So I have some keto chow here that I actually want to give away. There's a couple of gingerbreads that we're going to give away. There's a couple of root beers I'm going to give away. And then this is a pumpkin spice one as well. So I am going to give those away. And my wife and I already drew the winner of the monthly this month. So the winner is going to be Nancy Kornick. So Nancy, if you can shoot me an email, and I'll try to drop you an email as well. You know, let me know your address, and I will send you 5 packets of keto chow. Right. So I'm going to try to do that every month. Send something, whether I don't know whether it be keto chow or it be something else. And if there's other folks that are not living in the U.S. and they win, you know, of course we'd give them the equal value so that they could go to their, I guess there's Swift groceries in Canada that he would have to go to buy it or buy something else of equal value. Maybe it'd be an Amazon gift card, and then you could buy whatever you want with it. But we want to do that. We want to try to do that every month because you guys support the channels. I really, really, truly appreciate that. So that's one of the things we're going to do going forward. I think that's a cool thing. I don't know. Has anybody ever tried the new keto chow, new one that they came out with? Oh boy, jeez! I just did a video on it too the other day. I'm having a brain meltdown. Let's see what we're going on here. Jason says he needs an air fryer. It has part of the toaster oven. I actually like the air fryer and the toaster oven together. I know we also have that Ninja Foodie grill, and you'll see me cook on that all the time. And that has a grilling and a broil and it's making noises back there, and all that good stuff on it. So we use that. I would say we use that 3 or 4 times a week because we grill a lot. It also bakes a lot. So we've been using that a lot. So that's probably our favorite tool. It's the Ninja Foodie Grill 6-in-1. We've had that thing almost 3 years now. And if it's broke, we would probably go out tomorrow and get a new one. That's just how much we would use it. We use that more than our stove. Like I said, you can cook it indoors. So if it's bad weather or anything else, there's only the 2 of us here. So I'm not going to cook a big thing of food. And it's more smaller portions that are good for the 2 of us. And it's making some crackling noises back there. So this one looks like a good option. It's actually a pretty nice one. So, I know actually I have another one to try as well. Believe it or not. Got the taste of some Swedish meatballs with a side of pink turnip. Huh. I've never been a big fan of turnip. I know a lot of people eat turnip, but I've never been a big fan of turnip. Sounds good. Saying hi. Hi, Jason. I'm trying to get caught up here a little bit. Hey, the Bud Files are here. Hey, how you doing? Hopefully you're having an awesome day. Like I say, go over and check each other's channels out and stuff too, of your other creators and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of great supporters here. And I got to say one thing about the communities that I've been involved with has been just amazing. The level of support and, you know, camaraderie. It's just been unbelievable. So, all right, I think I'm going to take that out. It looks like it's done. It actually has another minute or two on it. I'm going to hide that down though. That thing's hot now. So that's what it looks like. That's what my little experiment looks like. I don't want to hold it up too long because the cheese starts to slide. All right. It's really good. So I got to watch this. I don't want to get burned on it. Between that and then here are the muffins. So I'll show you just kind of, so pretty nice. I mean, right. I mean, they're actually really nice. They came out really good. So if you're looking for something, dinner rolls and stuff. Now it's not going to be identical to a dinner roll, but it's going to be pretty close. And you figure it's made out of egg whites, so it's got high protein in it, very low carb. So it's a really good way of making them. Like I say, you make it the same way that you do the bread, except, you know, and then you can put flavoring in there, put some extract in there. So if you want to, I know we make the wine rolls, we use lemon extract in it as well. And then you can put a little bit of pineapple extract in it as well. And it actually gives you a really good taste. So it's something that's super low carb. It tastes great, right? So, so if you're on a low carb diet and you're missing bread and you don't want to eat the bread that's at the store, like I don't, you know, I have no qualms about anybody eating the stuff out of a store or anything else, but it's just me, my personal preference or choice is not to. Has the wheat gluten in and everything in it, and the wheat gluten bothers me. You know, and I know a lot of people talk about the I'm looking for our spatula. We had breakfast this morning. It's over here. Ta-da! So it doesn't look quite so bad over here. So we did that, and it made pretty close to an hour. We're over a little bit, but not too bad. It came out pretty decent. So that's what it looks like. I think it looks decent. There's something here. Let's see. We'll go through and answer some of these. Let's see. Our premiere starts soon. So, all right, Jason, thank you for coming by. Hey, after this here, if you guys want to get off, you want to go visit Jason's premiere over there. I'll be going over there after this as well, and just saying hi to him as well. So, so let's take a little bite of this, and let's see how it came out and what it tastes like, right? So, thinking I do have a pizza cutter. Oh, it holds up really good. Look at it. I mean, it's not flopping down or anything else. The crust is pretty thin. It's pretty good. It's really good. Again, I would say like the chicken crusted one, you know, it's probably a little more meatier. I think the way we make it anyway, it comes out pretty crispy. This is more, it has more of a, like a dough consistency that you would get on a regular pizza. So, hold it up. So it came out pretty good. So again, if Nancy, if you watch this video, and there is going to be an email down below in the description. So even anybody on here, if you have any questions, you need any help or anything else, again, I'm no doctor or medical professional or anything else. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night. No, but you know, I can tell you what worked for me. Again, I don't know whether it will work for you or not, and there's no guarantees or anything will work for you. But so Vivian, if you want the recipe, I do have a website, so you can go to AllensAwesomeKetoWorld.com, and you can look on that webpage, and you go down there, and you'll see there's a recipe for egg white bread. And I'll pull it up, and it will look just like this. And the recipe are right there. So just go down there. It's easier than, you know, if you want to email me, I'll send it to you that way, or you can go to the website and look at it on the website. Again, I'm way behind on the website. We probably got 20 or 30 recipes to put on the website, and that we're way behind on, and it's just a matter of finding time. I'm not sure how Leah does it. She's got 2 channels. I'm not sure how you do it. It's very, very time consuming, but man, I'll tell you, it's been fun. It helps me a lot. It really does. It helps probably me because of the fact it helps keep me, it keeps me honest. It helps keep me accountable. You know, I come out here and I show you what I do. And again, on Sunday, so on tomorrow, the video that comes out tomorrow, you'll see how I did for the whole week. I'll go through all the carbs for the week and everything else. I don't go through all the food, but I'll go through the carbs and stuff like that. So, okay, so Rhonda's here. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Again, so nice little keto pizza, protein sparing modified bread, which is just basically egg whites and xanthan gum and a little tiny bit of allulose in it, and that's it. So the egg whites are almost no carbs. I'm not going to say no carbs. I think Joe over 2 Carries the Keto says they're the best, right? Everything has carbs in it, so you have to be careful. And again, you know, you can overeat on any diet, right? So, but this is really, really good. This is really, really low carb. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's good. It's a little bit after that. So we're going to sit down and we're going to demolish this pizza, and then we're going to the outlet mall over here because I need some new shoes. So, I do too. Pizza is probably my favorite food. Yeah, and you know, so if you're looking at it doing a low carb or a ketogenic diet, this is the pizza to do it. This one or the chicken crusted, either one. I guess I shouldn't talk after I eat. So anyway, hey, I'm going to end this live. And I appreciate everybody. Because I'm going to eat this and demolish this. And like I said, we're going to go down to the outlets and get a couple things real quick. Like, it usually gets really slow this time of day. So all the crowds are gone away. And we have the outlets are like less than half a mile away. So you guys are awesome. I really, really, truly appreciate you stopping by and spending your Saturday evening with me, because I know it's a busy time and everybody's got all kinds of stuff going on. So hopefully you come back. Hopefully you check out the video tomorrow when it comes out on Sunday morning. You guys are awesome. I'll talk to you next time, and hopefully you come back next Saturday. That video, there's going to be three other guests, myself, and so there's going to be 4 of us. And I think between the 4 of us, I think I measured it out, we've lost over 400 pounds. So so it should be good. So we'll talk about how we lost that 400 pounds. So, all right, you guys are awesome. We'll talk to you later. Salamat for my friends overseas. So you guys are awesome. I'll talk to you soon.